We're supposed to be in New York right now, but as you know, well, neither the situation in New York is very good, but also there's a travel ban for most foreigners to fly into the US. So we had to look for options. We looked at several options, most of them in Europe, but also a couple of them of the other side of the Atlantic. And as a matter of fact, the possibility of coming to Lisbon was, of all the possibilities that we had, was by far the best, not only because we had an associated school here, but also because when we got in touch, they were so eager. I don't know if the word is eager to have us, but they went way out of their way to actually help us and make the module possible. So I want to give you a big thank you, because again, as I was saying, everything that we were expecting to find, we found, and then some more. So people have gone out of their way to make us happy. We always have people asking, do you need this, do you need that? Lunch is always ready, breakfast is always ready. So really, we couldn't even be more thankful. We explored a lot of different cities to do this module, and we're absolutely happy with the choice that we have made. We spend a lot of time at IESE trying to be able to do everything that we used to do on a face-to-face basis, trying to do it in what we call a hybrid way, which is exactly what we're doing here, meaning that we have some people in the classroom and some people back home. And we made a big effort, and we try to bring here a part of that technology that we actually developed, but we also saw that here they were doing things in a very similar way. So that actually helped us. At some point in time, you want people to do more or less what you're doing, but in general, I think that there's a lot to be learned. In the different schools, actually, that they approach and they solve problems in different ways, and maybe we're seeing here some things that we're not doing exactly in the same way in Barcelona, and maybe if IESE comes to Barcelona, they would see some things that we're approaching in a different way. But I think that by and large, at least in what concerns us, which is the ability to deliver a course properly, I think that we're doing things in a very, very similar way, which actually made it for a very smooth landing for us. I mean, we didn't have to adapt a lot. We didn't have to change a lot. We see that basically we had this group in Barcelona twice before, and we're not doing things here this week and the next in a very different way that we had done them in Barcelona before. So, there's always things to be learned, but in this case, it would have the ideal situation would have been that neither of us has to change a lot, because we come with a group that we had before, and actually worked out that way. So I'm happy to tell you that again, everything that we expected is what we got, and then some. And also, we're doing things very, very similarly to what we've done with this group before when they came to Barcelona. I think that one of the at least at IESE, we have the regular MBA program, which is very large. It's about 350 people. Then we have GEMBA program, and then we have this program, which is a Global Executive MBA. And one of the one of the main differences, first, age. So the MBAs roughly are 27, 28 years old. The MBAs are roughly around 30, maybe 32 years old. And this is the oldest group, which is around 40, 41 years old. And that brings another layer of differentiation, which is, of course, years of experience. Well, when you're 27, 28, you don't have many years of experience in companies. When you're 41, 42, and of course, we have people older than that, then they have several years of experience. So I would say that, across the different programs that we have, age and years of experience are, of course, two of the key differentiators across programs. So in this one, the MBA that we have in Barcelona is very global. We have people from all over the world. The MBAs are a little bit more local, mostly because of the format that they have, that, a lot of them, they have classes Friday and Saturday every week, which means that they have to be in town. And so that makes them a little bit more local. And this one we get together with this group 6 times, 2 weeks at a time, and 3 times 1 week at a time, spread out over a year and a half, which means that, you know, these people can come and do come from all over the world. So I think that we have, right now, this group is about 41 participants, roughly some 40 participants, and we may have 30 different nationalities. So, you know, that is by design. You know, we would never admit in a program like this a lot of people from the same country, a lot of people from the same region, a lot of people from the same background. We want diversity, we want variety, and usually we get them in this group. They already had economics, they're having entrepreneurship, they have communications, they have operations management, and they will have that next week, and they will have operational finance next week too. That's the whole module. We had Patty Cosgrave from the Web Summit, which actually takes place in Lisbon, by the way, and it was really good. He was, in a way, he was also reflecting about the current situation and conferences, because, you know, he organizes this very, very large global conference, and he was saying, of course, it's not the same when you do things online and you have people, you know, sitting at home in different parts of the world, and when you have them all here, because a lot of the networking obviously doesn't quite happen online. It happens when you have a cup of coffee with a colleague and things like that. So I think that, you know, a lot of the things that you and I just talked a few minutes ago, he was also reflecting upon in terms of conferences. You'll have a lot of difference of opinions. I think that you'll have from the people that say, well, you know, maybe when we get the vaccine and everybody gets vaccinated, then things will go back to normal, which means people traveling, people doing global programs, and so forth. I mean, basically the world that we had at the beginning of the year. And then on the other extreme, you have people that think that the world has changed forever, and then these global programs will be they're not dead, but they will be just delivered in a different way, maybe with people in different countries, and through, you know, like we're doing now, in a way, through video conferencing or Zoom or however you want to call that. And so that there's these two extremes, and I think that, you know, maybe in the short term is going to be somewhere in between, because, you know, we observe from our participants don't if they stay at home instead of coming to where we deliver the module, is simply because they couldn't make it. And so their preference is the face-to-face thing that we always deliver, that they're willing to tolerate the hybrid way of teaching because of the situation. Everybody understands that this is a situation that, you know, nobody asked for. And so we're trying to survive it in a way, but at the end of the day, I think that, and I hope that eventually we go back to the global programs the way they were before.